Hi, this is Don Heffernan with Capitol Hill Village. During last week's Zoom session, we introduced a new shared library we set up for members to share articles about AI, AI tools, and AI work products that others might be interested in. This video will briefly describe how to use the repository for those who missed the Zoom session or for participants who need a refresher. Our library is on Google Drive. To access it, you need a Google account, which gives you Gmail, a calendar, an Office suite, and many other Google tools. We chose Drive for our library because it's easy to use and because most AI group participants already have a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, the screen I'm displaying shows how to get one. You don't have to get a Google account to participate in the AI Affinity group. You can still join in our Zoom sessions without one. But you do need an account to access the library. The page you're viewing explains the steps needed to get a Google account. Just Google, "How do I create a new Google account?" and you'll find these instructions online. Everything that follows in this video assumes you have a Google account. When you're using a Google app like Mail or this Google response here, you'll see a box in the upper right hand corner with 9 dots. Clicking on that box brings up a sub-menu or drop-down menu with all of the Google apps. There's a lot of them here. For example, here's Photos, one I use a lot. When I click on that, it opens up the Photos app. In the Photos app, you also have a drop-down box. And right at the top in all of these is Google Drive. Click on that. Google Drive is an important part of the Google account. It gives you space in the cloud to store a wide variety of documents and files. It also lets you share your files with other Google account holders or to see shared files from other account holders. When you first open Drive, you'll be in the home screen, which I'm in here. And it shows recently accessed folders and files that you might be interested in. You can see here that our DC Affinity Group library is listed because I recently accessed it. I can also find it over here and shared with me on the left. There it is. I'm going to just go back to home now. If you have a Gmail address, you will have already received or shortly will receive a link inviting you to the shared library folder. When you click on that link, the folder will open and then you will have continuing access to it, and it'll probably show up in suggested folders like it does on my homepage. So let's click on it. This is the library. The library folder has 4 subfolders that you can see here. These are broad categories we chose to organize content to make it easy for participants to browse and to classify their own content. We can add to these categories in the future if we need. We have further subdivided some of these categories. For example, the products category is subdivided into videos, art, and text. The tools category is subdivided into each tool we add to the library. That will enable the person who submitted the item and others to add materials related to the tool, like instructions for use, etc. In the products text folder, let's go into the text folder here. Scott has added several examples of text products generated by ChatGPT. You can see that he's uploaded a PDF version and a Word version of each. You'll notice, let's open one. And you'll notice that he provides a description of how he generated this product. This kind of a description here will help others reproduce the process Scott went through for their own use of that same tool. On the other hand, in the pictures section, we have some products that don't have descriptions. For example, here's a picture of Capitol Hill Village members playing pickleball. It doesn't have a description, so we don't know how it was generated, what app it was generated in. We would suggest that in this case, you create a document explaining how you did it. I used Midjourney and I used the following prompt, for example. Give that document a title that relates back to the title of the picture you've uploaded, so other users will understand that the document provides a description of how you generated that picture. The articles category has not been subdivided, although we certainly can do that if we decide to do so later, if that'll help us organize the submissions. Let's take a look at this category because it illustrates some constraints in the library and the need for explanatory file names. You can add a number of file types to Drive, some of which you've seen: documents, we've seen PDFs, we've seen images, videos. You can add spreadsheets. What you can't add, or rather shouldn't, is URLs. Naked URLs generate an odd web block document that can't be viewed by most users. Instead of a URL, you should create a document that describes the article, the site, or the video that the URL opens, and you should embed a URL to a link to the URL in the document. Let's take a look at a few to see how this works. Let's try Coding Consciousness, a video. If we click on that, it opens a Google document that briefly describes what the video is about and provides a link right here to the video. If you click on the link in Drive, it'll then show you a preview, and you could click here and go directly to that video. We won't do that now. Let's try another one. Let's close that out. Let's try Could AIs Become Consciousness? This is just a plain PDF. Didn't need a description because it was pretty obvious, and somebody provided a PDF. So we open that and you go directly into the PDF. This is like going into the pictures previously. And again, that doesn't need a description. So let's try another example. Let's, whoops, we're out of articles. Let's try Will AI Spark the Next Scientific Revolution? Video. This is a long video. We've got a description of it here. There's a link here. You can go see the entire video. Because it's a 40-minute video, we thought some people might be just interested in some of the subtopics like AI and bioscience or physics. We put links here where you can click and go directly to that portion of the video. So let's create a document to show you how easy this can be. So let's say you found an article you think people might be interested in, like this TEDx video I have up here on the top. All you have to do is go up here, right click, copy the URL, go back to your Articles and Videos folder, create a new document. The way you do that is you click New, Google Docs, and it's going to say, you want to create it in that shared folder? And yes, we do. Now here you've got a Google Doc. You need to give it a title that's easy for people to understand. So let's go with TED Talk on AI and the Future of Democracy. I'm a slow typer, so you have to hold up with me. So, TED Talk on AI and the Future of Democracy. Let's add video to that title so it'll be easy for people to understand. Then we need to create a description of it. Turn off an alarm here. So let's go with in a brief 15-minute TED Talk. Actually, it's TEDx talk. Internationally renowned, security technologist Bruce Schneier I mistyped that. Bruce is somebody I've been following since the 90s. He's very good. Describes how he sees AI impacting democracy in the coming years. In 4 domains. Let's say 4 key domains. Law writing, lawyering, law enforcement, and adjudication. These are the domains he describes in the opening of the video. So, next we have to select some text to embed the link, so we'll just go with this. In a brief 15-minute TED Talk, we'll highlight that. And we'll go up here where you see a link and it says insert link. We click on that and you copy, you paste the link in. You can right click and paste, or you could Control V if you like to do it that way. I already had the URL in the clipboard because I copied it earlier. Otherwise you would have to go over to the web page, copy the URL, and then paste it. We click apply. Now we have a document that's in the repository that anybody can see that has a link to the TED Talk. And it's titled TED Talk on AI and Democracy. So we can close that. It saves automatically, so it's down there. You can see it right here in the library. So that's it. That's how you create a document. If you wanted, you could take your time and go on your computer, create a Word document. Instead, you could click on New File, Upload, and upload the Word document. You could also create a Google Doc in your own drive. Take your time with it so that it's not out there while you're working on it in the shared repository. And when you finished it, you would go to the file, select it, go over to the 3 dots over here, click on Organize, click on Move, and move it into the shared repository folder. Well, that's it. You're ready to get started exploring the library and adding content. If you have a question or get stuck, just ask your question in a Google search. We're better to get information on a Google app. And that's it.